So going through the process, the support from itas has been fantastic. I mean, right from the going through and when we were doing the review, going through the setup, training, people have always been available. We've been able to, when we hit any bumps in the road, when we were doing training or when we were doing testing, we were always able to message people and get responses back really quickly.
What I found most enjoyable about working with itas is the open collaborative nature of the relationship. I find that you do your best work when you're designing processes or if you're facing problems. You need to have a very open forum to challenge each other. If we are trying to overcomplicate a solution, itas were very forthright to say that you could do that, but it might not be the best solution. And it definitely felt like a very close team in building the solution. Every time I faced an issue, I'd explain the issue, and it truly felt like it was a shared problem. And the itas team never walked away from the issue. It never felt like they were trying to sort of minimize or push away a problem. Every challenge that we faced was a shared challenge, and it was met head on. And the solutions proposed were often very creative. And even when I struggled to then understand the nature of the solution being proposed, the team are very good to break that down, to walk us through the mechanics of what that solution is, and it helps to upskill me as a user, so I better understand my solution and I'm better able to maintain it into the future. So it was a very good, strong collaborative team.
When we were looking for the partner to go with Sage Intacct, we spoke to a couple of providers, and the most important thing that stood out for us was the demos and the relationship we had with itas straight away. Many demos that we kind of sat through with different organisations, we didn't get a chance to see everything that the system could do. They didn't really understand what our business was around, and it became laboured. But with itas, I think it clicked straight away. I had a strong feeling that this was a really good partner for us to be able to implement the system in our tight timescales with all the features that we needed to be set up and brought out in the system.
So we had a specific consultant who was really friendly, really helpful, made us laugh a lot as well through the project, which is always a good thing. But it was a good, we had a good relationship where we could just ask him anything, and he was very helpful. Really enjoyed working with him. The project management team were really efficient, really helpful. If there was ever anything outside of the weekly meetings that we had, I could always drop an email, always responded. Even if they didn't know the answer straight away there and then, they would go away and find out the answer, speak to the consultant on our behalf, and then come back to us with an answer. There was clear communication all the way through the project from the projects team.
Working with itas has dramatically made our lives simpler because there's just such a knowledgeable team there to help us. Before, we felt the consultants we were working with at another company, it was always a challenge to get information out of them, for them to understand the problem, and it just didn't feel like they were on our team. Working with itas, it's almost, we feel like you are all employed with us to work with us to do it. It's an absolutely fantastic relationship, and it's just made it such a smoother process and an actual fun process. I look forward to it now. Before, I dreaded it because it was me beating up the company saying, well, it doesn't quite work like this, and it's like, oh, there was always an excuse. Now it's like, I get it, but we could do this to save you time.
I'd recommend itas as a Sage partner, not only because of their knowledge that they have on the product itself, Intacct, but also their friendly and professional approach to the whole project. They've been incredibly flexible throughout the process, but also challenging us as a customer to really think about what it is that we're after, and ensuring that Intacct was actually the correct solution for us to meet our needs, which was really refreshing, rather than feeling we're just being sold a product that they offer. We've got on really well with the whole team. They've been hugely approachable, helpful throughout the whole process, really putting it as at ease if anything we kind of felt we were struggling with or difficult. It really helped us to understand some of the complexities with the new system that's different to other finance systems, things that we've just never come across before, like the new dimensions and understanding how that actually works.
We were very happy to work with itas. The consultant who was working on the implementation, I know that he used to be an accountant, or at least he used to work in the finance department. For me, I'm sure it makes a big difference, because they can understand and we would speak the same language. Because sometimes when inquiring for new software, sometimes I was like, but am I using the wrong word? But with itas we were really aligned, and yeah, we would have discussion on how to improve stuff. Also, I focused a lot on when he would ask me, I would like, okay, tell me what's the best practice, because I don't know. I do what we have been doing for always. So I just want to know like what's the best practice in the industry. So we had conversation like this. And since we are live, really, I'm amazed by the support. They answer really quickly, and if we don't understand each other, because like the issue after some emails is not fixed, we can jump on the call, and they are really easy to reach. They respond really quickly, and if they cannot fix the issue, it would escalate back to Sage sometimes. So I feel like it's ongoing collaboration, and it's not like itas disappeared after the implementation. So we are really happy to work with itas.